Gonna start this off. Welcome to the show.
It's not turntablism. It's not turntablism. It's just what it is.
Sick. Here we go. Word. A word. And the fucking. All right, word up. Cool. What's up? Welcome to Things I Hate 11. Hope you're happy to be here. I sure am happy to be doing this. I had a great morning already. I went for a run, and then I made some dope oatmeal. I put an egg in the oatmeal. I put some cheese in it. It was really hearty and delicious. I had a great morning so far. It's about to get even better. So just like last time, I'm going to start it off with some quick ones, and then I'll go into some bigger ideas. I got some Jelly Bellies, which I'm honestly pretty over. I got way too many of them, and now every time I eat them, it just tastes like, I don't even taste the flavor. It just tastes like pure sugar. But I do have my nice tea, which is very nice. I'm enjoying that. Anyway, so things I hate this week. On my mind this week. Who the fuck reviews dating apps? Like whenever I'm on, just who the fuck reviews dating apps? Who's on a dating app and is going to be like, oh, dog, this is such a good time. I can't wait to put a 5-star review and type about my experience on it. Like, that seems, you should be ashamed. You don't want to be reviewing them. You shouldn't be showing it off that you're on a dating app, dude. Hide that shit. Hide it away like a shameful human. Why are you reviewing it? What kind of nerd would review a dating app? And then the best ones, though, are the negative ones where it's like, this is a piece of shit. I didn't meet anybody and it didn't fucking work. It's like, dude, that's not the app's fault. It's not the app's fault that you didn't meet anybody. It's just, first of all, even if you're like a super sexy babe, dude, whatever, you might not meet anybody. It's just because it's like, it's hard to meet people and like have a connection, whatever. And B, I don't think anybody who's on a dating app really wants to be on there. You know, I think people are kind of like, going through some shit. I know I definitely was, you know, and it's like they're going through some shit and they're trying to work it out. I don't know. Maybe they're going through a hoe phase. I don't think people are like generally fucking jazzed to be like, dude, I'm on Tinder. It's fucking great. You know, like maybe some hoe dudes and girls, but I don't know. Even then, I feel like, you know, you got some demons you're trying to work out. So to to be like so oblivious to your own inner demons that you're going through on this app, to be like, I'm going to give this shit a bad review, is fucking hilarious. It's like, dude, like, it's not the app that has problems, and it's not the app that needs reviewing. It's yourself, bro. Take some time, review yourself. Who the fuck reviews dating apps? I don't know. I'd love to meet that person. If you review dating apps, please tell me why you made such a fool of yourself. Fruit fly bait. Shockingly, the best fruit fly baits are fruit. I just say this because everyone has their own fucking home remedy. You got to mix fucking vinegar and water and put some dish soap in it so it breaks the tension. And it's like, what the none of that fucking works. I was so sick of dealing with all that shit. I just had an old apple that I didn't like. It was like one of those mushy kind of apples. So I cut it up and put it in a bowl, and I caught all the fruit flies in my house. And it's like, wow, fucking big surprise. Fruit is the best bait for fruit flies. Fruit flies they exist in my house. I don't think I hate them as much as regular house flies because they don't make noise, but they fly so lazily. They go like this, like they don't make noise though. But they do that thing where they fly very slow, but they change direction really quickly, like a fucking Windows 95 screensaver, you know. And it's just like, dude, what the fuck? You just look drunk and you're lazing around, and why are you in my house? The back of plates never get washed, right? Because it's just like, they don't get dirty. Well, why do we wash them? Except, you know, I saw that they did get dirty once, and I had to, the back of plates don't get washed. I went to, there's a market near my house. I went to the market, and I bought a bunch of strawberries to freeze them before the winter comes. And I was buying like a lot of strawberries, and I bought 2 of those. I was like talking to the person. And she was like, yeah, here's a little basket. I was like, do you have like a big like flat of them? And she was like, yeah, right here. And she's like, we have one of these, or like we have 2 of these, and like, you know, maybe we can give you a deal if you buy 2. And I was like, okay, like, what's the deal? And she's like, oh, hold on. And she goes and talks to, like, whatever, the boss. And she comes back and she's like, well, normally the 2 of them are like 1 each, or like them by themselves is $23. But if you buy them, the 2 of them together, we'll give it to you for $45. And I was like, that's only $1 off. What kind of fucking deal is that? Just sell it to me at the regular price if you're going to give me $1 off. Such a fucking slap in the face. Bro. I couldn't fucking believe it. Because it's like normally when you're at like farmers markets, the farmers are like, they get shit done, you know? They make deals. They make shit happen. They're like, they're on it, you know? This lady was like, yeah, we'll give it to you for $45. Whoa, holy fuck, you know? Talk about your Super Saver deals at Walmart. It reminds me, I made the same mistake. I used to run a painting business, and my friend's parents hired me to do it. And I was trying to make money, you know, and I was just like, whatever, I guess being greedy or I don't know. But I gave them a 2% friends and family discount. Whole 2%, buddy. Fucking saving you cash. There you go. So I guess it's karma. Anyway, it's like $1. Whoever says I don't want to argue first wins the argument, right? If you're talking to somebody and they're like, oh, I think this. And you're kind of like, oh, well, that's not really the case. And they're like, yes, it is. And you're like, look, man, I don't want to argue, but, and then you say some shit. It doesn't matter what you say after that. You presented it as so indisputable because you don't want to put in the time to argue with this person because your opinion is so clearly superior, right? You win after that. So it's like kind of like, you know, use it if you want, but it's also kind of a dick thing to be like, oh, well, I don't want to fucking argue, but, you know. Starting out my comedy career, I'm from Ottawa, and there's a place in Ottawa that does open mics. It's called Swizzles. It's a gay bar. I was doing a set there, and before I did my set, you know, leading up to it, I was like kind of bummed because my parents have never come and see me do stand-up. Now, I'd never want them to, but like, I was like, you guys aren't supporting my dream, and my mom, and I think she was like away on a trip or something, and my dad was the only one around. I was like, Dad, you have to come watch me do stand-up. You have to support me. And God bless my dad. He was like, fucking fine, Jesus Christ, you know. And I didn't even, my stupid brain, I didn't even think of like that it was in a gay bar. Not like my dad's homophobic, but he's a fucking boomer. You know what I mean? Like, they can only take so much wokeness before they're just kind of like, and like freak out, you know? It's just like, it's just a lot for him to take in. And of course that night too, there were all these like queer comedians like doing jokes about whatever, like sucking cock and shit like that. And anyway, so my dad looked like such a dad. Like he's got a mustache, he wears glasses, he's kind of like a stocky dude, and he's such a sweet guy. He's really, really sweet. And he comes in and he just like takes a seat right next to the stage, and like the first 2 or 3 comics are just queer, and they're like, I was blowing this guy's cock and then his jizz like came on my face, blah, you know. And like this girl comes up and she was like, I was getting fisted and like and my dad's just sitting there like you know, like he can't even fucking process what's going on. Thank God I had some friends there who were able to like kind of be with him, and they were they're gay, so they were kind of like took him in. He was like, okay, like I'm cool, like it's okay that I'm here. And anyway, then I got on stage and I had a shit set, so that was just funny. Shout out to my pops. Love you, pops. Do some long ones. Actually, I only have one more short one. So I don't know if anybody else does this. Sometimes I'll buy like nice food, like, or like treats, like Jelly Bellies, and I'll be like, I can't eat them. I can never eat them. I have to save them for when I'm really gonna enjoy it. I do this a lot with like sparkling water that I buy, and I'm like, oh, I can't drink it. It's so nice. I have to save it for when I'm gonna savor it, you know. And then the other day I was just like, why the fuck am I doing this? I literally bought this so I could consume it. I'm gonna consume it whenever the fuck I want to. And I was just like cracking bottled water and just like drinking it instead of regular water. And I was like, bitch, I'm fucking fabulous. Let's go. I don't know. I just don't want to save shit. I'm trying not to save. I feel like that's a negative mindset because it's like you shouldn't save shit. You should just use shit and then change your life so that you can do more of that shit. You know, if you got to make more money, get more money, whatever. That's kind of the mindset I'm trying to shift towards. It's a bit dangerous because it kind of like the far extreme of that shift would be to just ball out when you don't have money, which is fucking dumb, you know, but I've been a little bit too conservative with my food and treats. Cool. I'm getting old. And I have started to notice that things that didn't bother me as a kid are starting to bother me. And what I'm noticing is it's like things that as a kid I wrote off as like, I can fucking do that. That's fine. That's not an issue. Are now like, no, actually I don't want to deal with that at all. And the difference I've noticed is that when you're a kid, you have no fucking responsibilities. So if you encounter a situation that forces you to take on more responsibility or forces you to do a chore or act or something, it's not a big deal because you have nothing fucking going on, or at least I didn't. Now as an adult, I have a fucking real ass job. I have a house I got to clean or an apartment, whatever. And I don't want to deal with all this little bullshit on the side. I want to just deal with the main bullshit, and I want to set up the little bullshit so that it's easy. So as an example, I remember when as a kid, my parents would like pay for cable. I mean, they still do, but anyway, they'd pay for cable or like pay for streaming services. And I'd be like, why are you fucking doing that? You can just find it online. You just Google it online and fucking find it. But the thing is that if you're not going to pay for a streaming service and you're just going to Google shit online to stream, that's a real pain in the ass, right? Because you got to go to your computer, set up your computer wherever you want to watch, like bring it to the couch or whatever. You got to type in what you want on Google, find it. You got to sift through all the bullshit links, right? You got to navigate all the fucking spam and viruses so you don't get fucking virtual AIDS on your computer. You got to make sure that this is all good. You navigate through all the bullshit. Then you find a link, and then you have to navigate through all those fucking pop-ups. And then that thing happens sometimes where it's like you push play on the movie, and then maybe you, like a while later, you want to pause it, but all the spam pop-ups have reset. So when you push pause, it like pops up into an ad. So it's all this like bullshit, and then maybe it's like buffering, you know, all this fucking crap that you have to deal with. My parents were like, oh, we don't want to do that. And I was like, why? You just fucking search it. But when you compare that to just like sitting down with a remote and like turning it on, dude, it's like 20 times easier. Just like fucking, even if you don't get what you want, you just, because you don't want to deal with all that bullshit, because it's a whole other mental chore. And that's what I'm getting at is like, I deal with all this bullshit stuff during the day. I'm not trying to deal with all these little fucking things. So now I'm setting up my TV so I have a remote. Other things is like, dude, doing my laundry. As a kid, you're like, I don't fucking need, like, I'm tough. I can wear dirty clothes. It doesn't fucking matter. Ugh. Now you like, you know, you wake up. If you don't have underwear, you have to put on dirty underwear. And you're like, oh, God, this is fucking nasty. So now I'm like doing my laundry all the time. And sheets too. I'm doing my bed sheets right now. Brushing my teeth, you know. As a kid, you're like, oh, I'm going to fucking go to the dentist. I don't fucking care. You know, I'll see candy. And then like, you know, you don't care because if your teeth get fucked up, your parents just pay for it and take care of you, you know. Now if your teeth get fucked up, it's like whatever, like $300 to go get a cavity or whatever. And you got to go to the dentist and deal with all this shit and your fucking mouth hurts and you're like, ugh. And so now I'm on it. I'm brushing my teeth all the time, like buying good food, you know. Exercise I put down. The exercise one is like when you're a kid in gym class. And your gym teacher's like, make sure you stretch. And you're like, why don't you fucking stretch? I'm like 10 years old. I don't need to fucking stretch. I just like fell off a car when I was like fucking around, you know, I don't know, playing with my cousins or something. And I was fucking fine. We went and played Lego. You know, I just sat cross-legged for 6 hours playing Hot Wheels. You know what I mean? I just fucking sat 3 inches away from a tee. I don't need to fucking stretch. I'm a kid. I'm just bouncy and shit. Now, dude, I'm trying to stay in shape. And the other day, I was just jumping around my house because running hurts my fucking leg because it's too high impact. So I was just doing jump rope, but without a jump rope because I don't have a fucking jump rope. I looked crazy. But the point is I did just like jump rope jumps for like a half hour. For the next 3 days, I couldn't walk. Well, like I could walk, but I looked like I had a fucking peg leg. You know what I mean? Like, so it's because I didn't stretch. And so it's just like, man, just all this little bullshit that as a kid, you're like, oh, I don't fucking need to do that, blah, blah, blah. And then like now as an adult, you're like, oh, I see why like people tell you to do these things. It's because they actually have merit, you know? And I think I talked last time about momisms where my mom would like say like bullshit stuff, like a dog could have peed on that or like put your name on it so it doesn't get stolen. This is like positive momisms. This is like momisms that is actually true. Like make sure you do your laundry once a week. That's fucking true. Make sure you brush your teeth and floss once a day. That's fucking true. Make sure you buy fresh ingredients for your food. That's all fucking true. So, you know, moms, they mostly get it right, I would say. Moms mostly get it right. I work in tech support, and first of all, most people who call in are so fucking nice and wonderful. And in fact, there's very little people who call in who are like angry. That rarely happens. But sometimes, and again, rarely, but more than an angry person, sometimes people say stupid shit. Like fucking dumb shit. Because calling tech support is like going to the doctor. When you go to the doctor, you don't fucking give them your opinion on what's going on, right? You give them your symptoms so that they can do their job and tell you what's going on. Because as a doctor, that's what they're supposed to do. They have taken the training and become qualified to give you advice on what to do with your body. Tech support is the same thing. I'm basically like a doctor is what I'm saying. Tech support is the same thing in that don't give your fucking opinion when you call tech support. That's why you called us. You called tech support so that we could help you. Why the fuck are you giving your opinion? I had a dude call in, and I was helping him. I was giving him instructions and shit. He's like, I don't think that's necessary, but I'll give it a try. Oh, word? You don't think that's necessary? Oh, good news, bro. We're hiring. Why don't you fucking get over here? It doesn't fucking matter what you think, dog. That's why you called me. You called me because you don't know what the fuck is necessary. You don't know. You called me so that I could tell you what is necessary because you don't know what the fuck is going on with your computer or whatever it is. It's crazy. It's crazy. Just like, bro, what the fuck? And then another, my favorite is when people ask me, like sometimes I'll be like, oh yeah, like we don't have that feature. And they'll go, why don't you have that feature? It's like, bro, do I look like I'm the fucking decision maker here, dog? Like, does it sound like I have control of this like huge corporation? Why don't you have that feature? Oh man, let me just hop on the line and get the CEO for you. And you know, he could tell you why himself. I don't fucking know, dude. I'm not on the board of directors. We don't have that feature because life is shit and like companies don't give a fuck about you and they'll make whatever feature makes them money, not whatever makes your fucking life easier. That's why we don't have that feature. Like, what fucking world are you living in where you're like, why don't you have that feature? And you're like, oh, you know what? Like, you know, what does he think I'm going to do? Be like, you know what? That's a really good point. I can't believe no one's ever brought that up. Let me go get this feature for you right now. Me, as one tech support agent in a company of hundreds, let me go remedy this shit for you because you brought up this stupid fucking question. They're all really nice though. Just like, what the fuck is going through people's heads when they ask that shit? I don't get it. This is like, I did a bit about, maybe I talked about it on here, but like, there was this pharmacist. I had an infection in my mouth, and I go to the pharmacy, and I'm like, here's my prescription. And the pharmacist looks at me, and she's like, oh, that's weird. Usually you don't have, or no, she goes, what kind of infection do you have? And already I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why is this person asking me what kind of infection I have? There's no reason for her to be querying my infectious status. There's no, what's she doing? Why is she doing this? So in my head, I'm a good person. I go, maybe I'm missing information. Maybe I don't have all the information about what this person's role is. Maybe she does have a role to play in the diagnosis. So I tell her my infection, and she goes, that's weird. Usually we don't give this kind of antibiotics for that type of infection. And I go, oh, shit. This is in my head. I go, oh, dang, I was wrong. Clearly, she must have the ability to change my prescription. Otherwise, why the fuck would we be doing this dance, right? So I go, oh my God, thank you for alerting me to this potential danger. And I go, do you have a recommendation for a different antibiotic? And she goes, I can't fucking do that. I'm a big dumb pharmacist. What the fuck? What a fucking idiot. Why did you say anything? Why didn't you just walk to the back, get my shit, and then give it to me so I can fucking leave? What a fucking dumb idiot. The same with these people. Just what do you think is going to happen when you ask these questions? When you ask these fucking questions? I just sometimes it feels like people just don't fucking think before they speak, And it's just like, dude, just put a little self-reflection, put a little thought in your brain, and just check yourself, just check. I always try to ask myself, why am I saying this, or why am I having this conversation? And if I don't have a good answer, then I fuck off. And I don't get it right all the time, but I try my best. Okay, all right. This is fucking getting R-rated, but internet history. Everybody knows that internet history is fucking hilarious. And it's if you want to see what person's really like, go to their internet history, which is true. But a little nuance that I really enjoy is when you look at your internet history, it really does show you all aspects of your personality. And the mundane aspects of your personality are usually directly adjacent to the disgusting, erotic, perverted parts of your personality. For example, I was scrolling through my internet history and I was looking through for, I don't forget what, probably a porn video. I don't know. I'll be honest, whatever. But I was scrolling through and I'm looking at it, and it's it's fucking Google search. And then it's Easy Web, TD banking login. And then right beneath Easy Web, TD banking login, the first entry is right beneath it's 10 lines of fucking porn. And the first one is throat fucking teen. It's just Jesus, Tom, you couldn't take a pause from banking, maybe segue, just segue into something a little more chill. You went from fucking banking, just I'm horny and I gotta see somebody's throat get just pummeled. You know what I mean? It's fucking disgusting. I know. I'm sorry, but it's just I'm a horny guy. C'est la vie. Just fuck, man. God, just give me a warning. Holy shit. Straight from banking. I was just looking at numbers and I was like, oh man. I saw maybe a 69. I was like, I gotta fuck, This just reminds me of my dad, a little voice crack. My grandmother passed away. My grandmother passed away when I was a kid. How's that for a fucking segue? My grandmother passed away when I was I don't know, 10? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Anyway, when I was a kid, and I remember my pops being you know what? No matter what, Nana's always going to be there with you. She's going to be looking down on you. And then when I got to be a teenager and I started to jerk off, I'd always be like, oh, fuck, she's looking down. I need a God shield, a God pod, so I can jerk off without getting judged by my ancestors. Oh. Yeah, buckle up. This is an R-rated seminar. So, speaking of porn and all this bullshit, sometimes, so Pornhub is not only the world's largest collection of adult videos, it's also a pretty strong source of comedic material. And I was jerking off the other day, and I came across this video. I can't believe I'm fucking saying. Came across this video. It was cheating girlfriends talking with boyfriends while getting fucked. It's tough, man. It's kind of hot, though. It's like whatever, taboo. I don't know. I'm disgusting. Who cares? But the best part about this video comes at the end. No pun intended, but comes at the end when there is a special connection between the partners in the last clip. And we'll just take a look, and then we'll have a chat about it. I'm going to put the screen recording on. Hold on. Let me just get this fucking bullshit going. God, I'm going fucking deep today. No pun intended again. Ew.
You ready to be a single mother? Huh? Say you ready to be a single mother.
I'm ready to be a single mother.
You want me to hit some Maltese in that pussy right now? Say,
Yes.
I'm ready to be a single mother. Say it.
I'm ready to be a single mother.
Say it.
I'm ready to be a single mother.
Say it.
I'm ready to be a single mother.
Yes.
Holy shit.
You're not gonna call my phone after this, right?
No.
I'm gonna block your number.
Dude.
You're not gonna come to my crib, right?
Right.
Alright, here we go. Oh shit!
What the fuck? Oh, that's tough. That's tough. That's tough. But talk about reparations. Talk about reparations. Talk about equality 2020. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, that's. Are you ready to be a single mother? Yeah, it's really fucked up. It's really fucked up, but it's pretty fucking hilarious. And I thought that you guys might like that shit. Word. Okay. I think that's it. We're going to end on that super happy note. Yeah. I hope you guys like that. I don't know how much of this is going to make it out. This is pretty fucking hefty. But on the other hand, it was pretty funny. So we'll see. Love you guys. Bye.
As we go a little something like this. Hit it.